MrNoGood at MrNoGood.com. I'm not going to be talking long. I got to get up in the morning and I got to go to work. Well, I have to go to training for a week for my union. And probably soon after that, got to get back to work, man. So that means I got to start doing my podcast earlier. Especially if I'm doing them during the week, because I got to get right in bed. I got to get up 5 in the morning, be out of my house by 6:15, and it takes an hour for me to get there. So, but and my last video that I did yesterday got blocked. I was talking about, the video was called "It's All the Same Shit." It got blocked. And so y'all won't be able to see that for a while until I figure out how to put it up on my site or something like that. But this is just a quick thing to just let y'all know that if you are, like the title said, misery does not love company. Well, the company doesn't love the misery. That's the title I should have put on, but it's too late now. But the company does not love the misery. And I'm just going to give a quick story. What was going on with my baby mom today. I want to do that, and I just want to do it because it's fresh in my mind, and I think it's relevant. It's just relevant. So, how am I going to start this story? If y'all didn't already know, if you're just new to this, we no longer live together. She lives in her own little spot over there with I call it Negroville. It's kind of subsidized housing, kind of not. But she has got her own little spot, got her own little 2-bedroom place, and that took a long time for her to get out there. She got to pay her rent for the first time next month because United Way been paying her rent for the past 3 months. So, the past 2, they paid her security deposit. Alright, so what happened is, she is able to get, and also, this is how cool the United Way is. Not only did they pay her last month's rent, and a couple months after that, they also hooked her up with this place around here that gives out free furniture. It's like donated furniture. So she wanted to get some furniture for her youngest daughter, who's 17. So she'll be comfortable when she spends the night over there. Because before, she was just sitting on the floor in her room. So we go ahead and we go to this spot, and it's and I think it's a good deal, because I have a cargo van that was held over from my online porn days, but I got a working cargo van, so I took the van over there. We got my daughter a bed with a frame and the head footboards. Then we got her a dresser. Then they gave her like some sheets and something like that. But she can come over, but this voucher lasts till September, so we can come every single Saturday and get most stuff. So next Saturday she wants to come get a king size mattress for her bed, because since she's been laying in the bed so much, that mattress tired. She wore out all the springs in it, and it's lumpy on both sides because she just wore it out. When your ass is on something for too long, it wears it out. She does that with beds. She does that with toilet seats. She does that with all that, where when she sits her ass on it too long, eventually it wear out and break. It gets tired. So next week we want to get she wants to get, I'm helping her. She wants to get a king size mattress. The week after that, we gonna try to get some lounge chairs. Well, I have a lounge chair. I want to get a little love seat for in here. Give me a little love seat, because right now I have 2 lounge chairs over here. So when company comes over here, I got to sit in my chair and she got to sit in her chair, and that don't work. You need a love seat to sit up here and watch this 55-inch TV right up here. So we're gonna keep going back and back and back, and I'm good with that. So, like I said, we want the daughter to be comfortable over there, because now that the child is old, she can decide where she wants to be. If she wants to be over with Ma, and Granddaddy upstairs, and getting something to eat, and then being down here playing Grand Theft Auto and Sims on my Xbox, like she was doing for hours a day playing Sims. She gonna do that? She not gonna want to go over there. So we went and got her bed. My baby mama stays in Niggerville on this 3rd floor. It's on the 3rd floor. So we gotta walk all that stuff up the 3rd floor. It wasn't that bad. It's just that I'm out of shape, and I haven't been working. That's why I can't wait to get back to work. So we were sweating. We get it all up there. We put it together, put the bed together. I go to put the mattress in there, and it won't fit within the frame for some reason. It slides out on one side because it's a little bit too wide. So I have to measure that, the space. We got to go way back out to Lowe's to get some slats cut. We got 3 slats cut, and then we came back, put it in there, and the bed works just fine. Put the slats down there, put the box spring on there, put the mattress on there. She put the new sheets on there, everything straight, and it's cool. But then when it came time to go home, I'm like, okay, baby, I'll see you later. I'm about to go on back. She was like, oh, I don't want to spend the night here. Now she just got new furniture and a new bed. She didn't want to spend the night over there. I'm like, okay, well, just come on. Flash forward to today. What normally, since, like I said, she's not from this area, she doesn't have family around here. I'm not trying to leave her twisting in the wind. I bring her over here every Sunday so she can do her laundry, chill out down here. She'll have a couple beers or whatever. We watch the 55-inch, What were we watching today? Queen of the South. That's pretty good. If I didn't have to go to bed, I'd watch another episode. But Queen of the South is really good. We've only watched like 4 or 5 episodes. But try that. So we go out. We're sitting here chilling. Well, that's what I do. She comes over here on Sundays. She eats. We had ribs today, baked ribs, so she can have something to eat. She can sit around. She can see Pumpkin, which is our dog, and my Nig, which is our cat. Daughter's happy upstairs. Like I said, the older daughter is grown in Los Angeles. So normally she just comes over here on Sunday. So also she has to have a certain amount of seltzers or beers or whatever, the 24-inch tall cans. So normally she'll need around 2 to 3 a day. So since I was running around with her Saturday, I was running around with her Saturday. I said, okay, well, before we go home, we got to get some seltzers. Well, I didn't say that. She said it. She always asks for her seltzers, which are those natural light cherry lime seltzers. Those are pretty damn good. And she likes lime-a-ritas and mango-ritas. And if she ain't got no choice, she'll drink Natty Daddy, which is 8% beer. So I said, well, go ahead and get. This was yesterday. I said, go ahead. We go to the drive-thru. Go ahead and get enough for today and for tomorrow. So you can have some for when you get home, and then you'll have some when you get over here, when you chill over here tomorrow on Sunday. She says, all right. So she buys 5 of them. She buys 3 natural light cherry lime seltzers, a mango Rita, and a limerita. That's 5. I buy a 3-pack of Natty Daddy beer because we were running around. So we go to her house, her apartment. I put them in there in the refrigerator. I know I drink 1 beer. I drink a whole beer, and I'm sitting out on the balcony, because you know how niggas like to sit outside. So I do what niggas do when I'm around niggas, and I sit outside. So I'm sitting outside drinking my beer. I go in, I pour a half of a can of the other. So that means I have 1.5 cans of beer left. Alright, I drink that half thing of beer. Then I'm ready to go home. So I say I'm ready to go home, but my daughter wants to come with me, so we go on home. I leave a 1.5 cans of beer in there, plus she has 5. She has 5 cans of her own, which is 3 cherry lime seltzers, natural light, and 2 Ritas. So I come to pick her up today, this morning, because all I got is like some I have some vodka and I have some red wine. I didn't have any beer or whatever. So I go over there to pick her up in the morning so she can get her laundry. It turned out to be the afternoon. It was like 12:30. Come over there. I say, come on out and bring my full beer out with you. I say, in fact, no, I'll just come on in there, because I was going to come in there and finish the half beer. Just guzzle the half beer down, take my other beer, then she could take whatever she had, and then we could go back to the house. She ended up drinking all 5 of her cans, my can, and my half a can left. So she drank 6.5 24-ounce cans since I left her that early evening. I'm like, you just gotta drink everything? You drank mine too? I sure did. I was on the phone with my family and blah, blah, blah. And here where it comes. If you and also for any there's another way you can donate if you're in the live stream. If you go down to the description, you just click on that link, and then this will show up with your name and how much you donated or whatever. So if you want to donate while I'm talking, it's just best to go to that link under there and donate, and then your name, whatever, all this is going to show up on this forever, because it's going to be recorded forever. So other than that, make sure to use the PayPal. Make sure to hit the Cash App, PastorNoGood. Hit the P.O. Box 8361, Akron, Ohio 44320. Or if you just want to call or text me, which is 330-536-3706. So now I got that out the way. Now she drank all my stuff. I'm like, all right. When I happened to go to the grocery store because I had to go get some basil and some other stuff, because I make this little salad. Oops. It's probably, you can't see it now, but that's like basil, tomato, mozzarella cheese, and blue cheese. I think it's called Caprice. Well, not with the blue cheese. I just added that myself. So I went to the grocery store to get me a little stuff, so I was there anyway. While I'm there, I'm saying, oh, okay, well, let me get her 1 natural light, the mango one. Let me get her 1 seltzer so it'll be cold out the fridge. So if something happens, she can enjoy that one. I get there, as I said, she drank all 6.5 cans of alcohol because she was on the phone. So she gets downstairs and gets into the van for me to drive her, and she got that wobbly walk. Now she's not drunk, but when that switch flicks to the other side, when she turned from Dr. Jekyll and almost into Mr. Hyde, there's like that little purgatory. She's not full-blown Mr. Hyde, but she's not Dr. Jekyll either. She's somewhere in the middle. I hate these. I don't know how these flies get down here. So it depends on how you play it. If you want her to act a fool, provoke her, and she will act a fool. There's no reasoning with her right now. There's no reasoning with her. So I didn't want her to act a fool, so I just said, just come on. I have this one for you, because I'm not going to the store. We get over here. She got that wobbly look and glassy eyes, and first thing she started talking about is her sister. She has 2 sisters. One is adopted. We're talking about the older one, the adopted sister. She's really her cousin, but they're sisters. Her sister's 50 years old. Now, she was married. She was able to snag a man. He was cool. I don't know how she found that nigga. I don't know. But he was cool, mild-mannered, and he worked with her. He put up with her. Then suddenly he dies. They over somewhere, and he goes out into the car and says, I'll be right back. I got to get something out the car. He didn't come back. They went over there. He was in there dead. So, man, I'm telling you, boy, we at that age. We at that age. Well, I am. Maybe some of y'all ain't, but I am. You at the age where you could drop dead at any time for nothing. So, before that, she's just like my baby mom, which is her sister. Doesn't work. She gets the Social Security check. Live with her daughter. You know, it's just all bad. But you know, she's raised kids that love her, and that's good for her. So she's able to be taken care of, but she don't have nothing, and she like 50 something. Ain't got nothing. Then there's her brother, who just got out of jail after doing 20-something years. He's down in Texas. So for some reason, and then there's her other sister, who's a clinical psychologist, because she wanted to figure out why the rest of them niggas were so crazy around her. Oh. She comes here and talking all that, whatever, and I let it go. We're chilling. Everything is all right. Then it's time for her to go. It's time for me to take her home. But what it was understood was, since my youngest daughter did not want to spend the night over there last night, that she would spend the night over there tonight. But she over here, right where I'm sitting, playing Sims. And she didn't feel like going over there. So she told her, no, I don't want to go over there. And she can't just make her go since she's of age. In fact, she turns 18 in January. We're almost there. She's just saying, oh, well, let's why don't we come over and have a spa day, and I can do your hair and condition her hair. My daughter's like, my hair is already, I just conditioned my hair. Well, I have to condition it. But see, the thing is, my youngest daughter knows that just because she says there's going to be a spa day and she going to do her hair, don't mean there's going to be a spa day and that she's going to do her hair. What it basically means is she's going to be laying in the bed, talking on the phone, drinking, going in the bathroom, smoking some cigarettes because she got some Lucy's when I dropped her off. Lucy's, which are single cigarettes. 2 of them. She's back to smoking cigarettes instead of this Juul. And we were doing good with the Juul. This is her spare Juul. And I wish she never lost her original Juul because I wouldn't be smoking this. So now the baby mom's trying to guilt trip her in. Well, you said you ain't coming. We were going to have a spa day and all this. I say, look. I say, daughter, you can go over there, but you do need to test out the bed since you're over there. Now, yes, it's in Niggerville, but it's all right. It's safe. I didn't say that to her. I'm telling y'all that. It should be comfortable over there. But I ain't over there. Peace ain't over there. And that's the whole point of this whole podcast, video. She's so she was over here spreading this misery and then talking about her sister and I can't fix it. And I said, look, you've been talking about not being able to fix it with her for over 20 years. 20 years. Ain't nothing you can say now. And there's nothing that you can do now to fix whatever's going on after you've been going on for 20 years. I did this after I got her in the car. I said, you have to let this go because you are going to be miserable and old and alone. And that's the bottom line. You're going to be old and alone. Because there's no market for you. And I'm going to give you a quick example. Oh, I've been talking 23 minutes. I can't really talk more than an hour. All right. One time when we lived together, we were going through something, whatever, and she was acting a fool like she likes to do, whatever. She leaves out the house. At the time she has a car. She leaves out the house. I'm like, whatever. I don't care where she goes. I'm driving from my house in Whiteyville to my parents in African Americanville. They don't live in Niggerville, but in African Americanville. Hey, what's up, Lisa Effect? Your name sounds familiar. All right. So I'm going on there to African Americanville to see my parents. Well, really, it's Negroville. It's Niggerville. That's what it is. So I was going over there to see my parents. While I'm driving up a street called Diagonal. I'm driving up Diagonal, where you go down the hill by Krause Elementary School, and then you're going up. Right when you go down the hill, and the Krause Elementary School's there, and then right when you're about to start to go up, there's some houses on the side. There's a line with houses. But it's like right after you pass that little ghetto car dealership right there, you see the Krause Elementary School, then there's a street, then there's a ghetto car dealership, and like right there to the left, I see her car parked. And she's sitting in the car. So I wasn't looking for her or anything. I'm just going up diagonal, and she happens to be parking on this side street right over there by that church. Oh yeah, I remember you now, Lisa Effect. Good to see you. Put your page or whatever, a link to your page or whatever in the comments. So I'm going, I see her. I take a left, and I see her parked right in front of that church. Now there's a house on the corner and a house on the corner on this side of the street, but she was parked on the side of the street where it was a church. So there's a church, and she was parked by the parking lot spot. So you can't really definitively say where she was parking and who she was there to see when she was parked there. It could have been, she could have been waiting to meet somebody. She could have been seeing somebody across the street. I don't know. But it turned out that it was this old ass man that lived across the street. Some old ass man that she was chasing from my parents' church. I think he was a deacon. I believe. I'm not sure. He might have been a deacon. But he's been in that church forever. And I don't know what this woman was trying to do, but she was trying to get this old ass man's attention. I didn't know this at the time, who she was talking to or who lived over there. I didn't know. So I go up to her car. I said, what's going on? Were you following me? Why you gotta follow me? I said, I'm not following you. I just happened to see you. I'm on my way to my parents' house. And she was just acting weird. You know, you've been around somebody for years and years. You just know when they acting weird. So she was just acting weird. Shady. That's my old nickname for her, was Shady, because I thought that was cute back in the day. Now it's irritating. I'm like, all right, whatever, and then I drive off. Find out later, like I said, she was trying to holler at this old man in the church. My stepdad is deacon in this church. So my stepdad and my mama comes to me and says, so-and-so, I think his last name was Parms, so-and-so, Deacon Parms or Brother Parms or whatever, wanted to let us know and to let you know that your wife has been trying to chase him, and he don't want nothing to do with her, and he don't want no problems with me. Okay, now, wife, we've been divorced since 2003, but she goes in there letting everybody think that we're married. One time, she put a little announcement where you read the announcement out of the bulletin. You read the announcement out of the bulletin, and she talking about our so-and-so year's anniversary. Nigga, we've been divorced since 2003. Why are you putting something in the bulletin, the church bulletin, talking about our anniversary? Anytime she has a conversation, the first thing it has my name coming out her mouth. Her whole conversation is based off me. It's horrible. And he didn't want nothing to do with her. And I told my parents, I'm like, look, whatever. They know that we're not married. My parents know that we're not married, and they know I don't care. I'm like, I don't care. I want him to take her. I want him to have her. But I don't think that's going to happen. I need somebody to take her off of my hands and occupy her time in her life so she won't need to be bothered with me. But it's not, I don't think it's going to happen. There's no market for her. Later on, this nigga died. The old man died. So if a nigga with his foot over a grave, an old ass nigga with his foot over the grave and another foot on the banana peel don't want you, what you gonna do? Where you gonna go? An old ass deacon didn't want you. And she swore up and down, no, I wasn't trying to talk to him. And but where were you parked out in front of his house? Oh, blah, 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 trying to explain it. I don't care. And like I said, the point I was making with that story is there's just no market for her or her sister. They both 50. Well, her sister's 50. She pushing 50, as am I. No job. Hardly any money. Except through Social Security. No car. Depressed. And bipolar. There's no market for that, man. And I was telling her, look, man, you gotta let this stuff go because you're gonna be by yourself. There's women out here with jobs, good jobs, that can't find a man. There's women. I'm to the point at my age, if I see a good woman and she got a nice ass on her and she got a nice personality, I don't care if she working at the barbecue shack. As long as she gets up and works at that barbecue shack every day, I'm cool with that. Just somebody that gets up and goes to work. That's the standard that I've had to lower myself to. You work at the drive-thru, great. You work at rallies and you make a hell of a big Buford with cheese or McDonald's. If you up in McDonald's hustling, I'm like, hey, I'll take you. And you look good in the McDonald's pants, I'll take you. I can't be all that picky no more. We ain't in our prime no more at our age. Your prime is like 30s. Once you hit 40, mid-40s, you're going downhill, baby, men and women. Your prospects going downhill. Because ain't nothing left. You see what's up here on, I don't know if you're on Facebook and you see people, there's plenty of people on my Facebook page, man. All they doing, every picture they got a frown. They got a frown. They never smile because they ain't happy. There's other women out here with jobs who talking about they're broken. They need to work on themselves. They're everywhere. I mean, these women going on trips to Dubai, Italy, wherever, and ain't a man in sight. And they got money. And they may not be depressed. But if you're my age, look for this. If I was a woman that met me, you need to find out what's wrong with me. And if you meet a woman, first thing you need to do, find out why. If she looks decent. Now, her body ain't all that, got narrow hips, whatever, I understand. I know one woman where everything I want in a woman, she ain't got. Everything from the top of her head to the tips of her toes. Ain't nothing on there that I want. Well, there's a few of them. Narrow, got a fat ass? No. Got wide hips? No. Got smooth chocolate skin? No. It's rough. Got big titties? No. Nice shape with a little ass and the stomach in proportion? No. Shaped like Winnie the Pooh? You got pretty eyes? No. Nice teeth? No. Pretty hair? No. Everything is the tight pussy? No. You gonna fall in and drown. It is wet. It's like jumping into the deep end of a pool. You jump into the deep end of a big, gigantic Olympic swimming pool. That's what it's like when you get up in that pussy. So I understand why well, a couple of them, I understand why they don't have a dude. I can see that. I understand. Because I could not wake up and look at that every morning. I can't do it. And I'm sure most men won't. But for anybody else, if you're in your 40s and up, or mid-30s and up, and they look half decent, find out what's wrong with them. Because they probably going to be miserable. And that's why my daughter don't want to be over there. Because she doesn't want that misery on her. We grew up under that misery. There's this girl I know. I met her. She was 19 when I met her. Shaped like a Coke bottle. Now she's shaped like a big ass overstuffed 2-liter Coke bottle. But she's shaped like a Coke bottle. She's 19. Hell. Big, full, hanging breasts. Even though she got a big stomach, it still wasn't bigger than her behind, so it had a nice little ratio there. Big, thick hips, whole lot of behind, deep, wet, young, relatively tight pussy. And also, but she was always miserable. She didn't have a good relationship with her father. Her father out here, he my age, running around hoeing, chasing hoes on Facebook. He all over Facebook too. All over females' pages. She doesn't have a good relationship with her father. Her baby dad. There's two, but she doesn't really know who the father of her baby dad, who the father of her child is. It's between one dude and another. So they just decided to just say, whatever it is, you the baby dad, you the baby dad. Don't know who the baby dad really is. It's one or two niggas. Had a dude that was beating her up, blacking her eye, putting her in the hospital. Got her fired from a job because he was coming on her job acting a fool, and she was coming up to work with her face swole up. They was like, oh no, you can't be here. And they fired. And she had a good job. I think she was like working for the mayor or working down in this. She was somewhere where she had a suite job, lost it because of some nigga. Then one time I'm on the phone with her. She always had a friend of her cousin or somebody in the car. They always ride around in the car. They basically, anytime they weren't asleep, they were in the car or at work. She was talking, and then she was talking to her friend, because she has me on speaker, so she can talk to me and talk to the people in the car. She was talking about this dude. Oh yeah, I remember he was so fun, and we used to do stuff all the time, and this and that. She was talking about the dude that was beating her up. I said, well, go back to him then. Go. I did not care. Now we ended up not talking anymore because I caught her in a big stupid lie that she didn't have to lie about. So she kind of ghosted me after I caught her in this lie where she said that she had this house, but she wasn't taking care of it and didn't know what was going on. And I'm like, well, what's up with this house? I'm interested. That's property. So I finally get the key to the house, go there to the house, find out it's her gay cousin and her wife living there. Then she come to my house. Then she come back to get the key, the one who's actually living in the house. And this house is rented by from some Italian. Some Italian owns it. The house was not hers. She said it was given to her grandmama, and we tore it up, and then we just left it alone and walked away. She lied for nothing. So I caught her in this lie, and her cousin, who I used to work with, said, oh, don't mess with her no more. But I didn't care, she's 19 with a overstuffed Coke, 2-liter Coke bottle shaped body. Whatever, she was cool. We go eat pizza, take her and her cousin to go eat pizza, whatever. We go somewhere, her and her cousin parked in there. I'd come get in the parking lot, she'd get in my van, we'd talk, whatever. Then I took her to the back of the van and got up in that. And she never said no, and it was all good. But she was always looking for that misery part. No, this ain't China. This is recent. She's only like 20, 21 now. So then she gets some boyfriend who she stole from another woman he was this other girl's baby dad. She stole him from him. Her and the other girl were going back and forth over this dude. And this dude he's 31 with a receding hairline. His front teeth are out. No job. Homeless. And they fighting over this on Facebook. So she finally gets him, and so she says she's happy and this and that and that. But you know what? She wasn't. Anybody who just posts or just says out loud with nobody asking that they're happy, they probably ain't happy. Because if they're happy, you'll know. You'll see a smile on their face. You don't hear them complaining about stuff. They just living their life. But she was always miserable. Even still, she got this dude. Now that dude gone. She's still miserable every day. Oh, I'm about to break down. I'm not going to make it. And you only 21 years old? Nobody want that. So that was just the main point I was trying to make today. I wasn't trying to talk a whole long time. But for God's sake, be happy. No man or woman can make you happy. You got to be happy and solve your issues. Now, some women have legitimate reasons. I know women who've lost their kid. One of their children died or something, and I don't know how you deal with that. That's ruining them forever. Because that's always going to be there. But if your kid died, and you a fuck up, and you're somewhat crazy, something wrong with you, What we gonna do? No matter how beautiful you are, no matter how handsome you are, nobody is going to want you if you are miserable, and nobody wants to be around that misery. And like I told you before in that baby mama drama podcast, it got me high blood pressure. It was just making everything horrible, and it'll be horrible for you. If you are miserable, find somebody to talk to. My baby mama can't even get a therapist. She's on Medicaid. So they just gonna put her in a group at community support services with a whole group, a bunch of other crazy niggas in a group session. That ain't gonna help you. Whole bunch of weirdo ass niggas over there in a group. What's that gonna do? You need to go somewhere, sit on a couch, and talk to somebody if you can afford it. Somebody. One of y'all niggas can actually even ask me something. I'll tell you, I'm not qualified to really help, but I've been through enough. And I'm old enough. So it's easy to pick up the phone, call 330-536-3706, or text me. It's easy to get to me. I don't just want to have y'all hit me up for donations. Hit me up and say hello. Hit me up, ask me a question. Now I'm gonna finish this little Capri salad. I'm gonna go to bed. Gotta get up. Y'all know how to contact me. Just go to MrNoGood.com. Sorry about that. I have to take down that other video on MrNoGood.com that got took down yesterday. So I had to put something up today. So this is your number one baby daddy, Mr. No Good of MrNoGood.com. Signing off, babe.